Hello, welcome to this error bar tutorial. My name's Neil and I'm just going to go over a very quick example on how to produce a line graph and produce error bars of standard deviation. So the first thing we need to do is explain the data we have. We have a concentration of analyte in nanograms per milliliter. This is just an example, so it doesn't really matter what was measured. So a range of concentrations, and the absorbance was measured at 450 nanometers and 3 replicates were measured. So we need to calculate an average and the standard deviation value. So to calculate the average, we need to calculate the average of 1, 2 and 3 and put it here. So the simplest way to do this is to click on this cell where we want the average, click on insert function. There are a list of functions that automatically come up. If it's not here, then you can type it in there. However, average does come up, so we click on OK. And we need to select these 3 cells and we get the average there. Once you've inserted the function for the first one, the rest can be calculated by clicking and dragging this small black box in the corner of this cell, like so, and we get the average values. Next, standard deviation, similar process. We click on insert function, and it's not here now. We type in standard deviation and there's various different options. For this example we're going to choose this one, and again choose the cells, exactly the same principle as before, and we've calculated the first one, so click and drag. Now the plotting of the graph. If we choose both the empty cell above, so we choose this set of data by clicking and dragging on left click of the mouse, press the control button on your keyboard and select the average values, then insert, and in this example it's a line graph and we want data points shown. Usually it's best to show data points, and there we have the graph. So we're coming to the most important part of this tutorial, which is the production of error bars. If we click on the graph itself, this is always useful because we can see the data that's been chosen. But now we go to layout and error bars and more error bar options. There are a range of options here, but we want to choose the custom option. We do not want a fixed value like here. We wish to choose a custom value based on the standard deviation values that we have calculated for our data. So we click on custom and specify value, and the positive and negative error values are your standard deviation values. So we click and drag. That was for positive. For negative it's exactly the same, and then when both are filled we click on OK and we have our error bars produced. One way to tell that you've done it properly is that we see different size error bars. If we look at the error bars for this one, the standard deviation is much higher than the rest, and so we have a larger error bar there. And of course your next step would be to fully label your axes with units and also produce an appropriate title below the graph to insert into your document.